Today we're going to share 8 beginner tips for installing a tile backsplash. Now we are not professionals by any means, but we are avid DIYers and we have done several tiling jobs now, and we have learned a few tricks along the way, and we wanted to share our secrets with you. While we are sharing our best tips with you today, this is not a full tutorial per se. You will see this tile backsplash being installed throughout the entire video, but if you are looking for a step-by-step tutorial, click the link above. We have one of those just for you.
We started out by laying out a row of tiles and put our little spacers in there to get an idea for the layout. We do want to use a full tile when we get over here, so in the process we're going to need to trim off a little bit of that first row. You can see if I lay that there that we've got about a little more than 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch. We're going to end up trimming off of this row. So the next thing we want to do is use this laser level, and we're going to just mark, get it level with this top tile here, and then take a pencil and we can mark where we want this top row to end up, or this row right here, and that will give us an idea of what we need to trim this row to be to get it level with this row. Now we're going to kind of connect the dots and make a pencil line for us to place this row of tile here. We also want to make sure that we don't end up with just a skinny bit of tile up at the top if we're going to the ceiling with the tile. So I'm going to measure the height of this, which is 59 3/4. And then I'm going to take the height of the tile and we'll divide that by 59 3/4, and we'll know how many tiles we will have going up the wall. The tiles I'm using for my backsplash are a tumbled marble, and so we need to have the blade in the tables, or the wet saw is a diamond bit blade for cutting natural stone, and we're going to initially take a 1/2 inch off of the width of 10 tiles.
There is nothing worse than starting a project, especially one like this, and not having everything ready to go. You have to stop and go to the store and grab something. So be sure to prepare, plan, get everything you need ahead of time. We will have a full list of supplies down in the description below. Go check that out. And if you don't have a wet saw like this, you can always rent them from the store, or you can grab one like ours for as little as $100. So if you're going to be doing more than one tiling project, it's probably worth investing in one. Clearly, with a professional looking tile job, the rows of tile are straight and grout lines are evenly spaced. The only way to achieve this is using tile spacers. And we have used several different types of spacers in the past, but this time we opted to use these leave-in spacers, and oh my word, they are such a game changer. One of the challenges of installing tile on a vertical surface is that the spacers tend to fall out. You're constantly picking them up, putting them back in. However, these tile spacers are pushed back toward the wall and then are grouted over. So this type made it so much easier to do this tile project. One of the most important tips we can offer is to take your time, Don't rush through the project or you're sure to make mistakes. When you're using a powdered thin set or mastic, you'll want to make sure to mix up small portions at a time. Don't mix the entire bag because it will likely dry out before you get to use all of it. So mix small batches and then also work in small areas at a time. You know, a backsplash is usually a smaller area. You might think you can apply adhesive to the entire wall and get the tile installed before it starts to dry, but it may end up being a disaster. So just spread the adhesive in small areas, install your tile in that area, then move on to your next section. You can definitely tackle a project like this on your own, but we prefer enlisting a little working buddy. While it just helps the job get done a little bit quicker, one can be applying the adhesive to the wall while the other makes cuts and installs the tile. We also recommend cleaning the adhesive off of the tile while you're installing. It's always a messy job. Adhesive can tend to squeeze out in between the tiles and can get on the front of the tile. So we just find it's easier to wipe this with a wet rag as you're installing. And sometimes you may even need a toothpick to get in tight spaces. But it's definitely easier to wipe while it's still wet than after it has hardened. After the wall has been installed and cured for the proper amount of time, you will want to just go over the entire surface area with a wet cloth and just make sure everything is cleaned before moving on to the next step.
I'm getting ready to grout this tile, but before we grout it, we want to seal it because this is a natural stone. There is a chance that possibly the grout could change the color of the stone if we don't seal it first. So now that it's all clean, we're going to go ahead and apply the sealer. I'm going to just pour some of the sealer into a container and I'm going to brush it on. You can use a cloth or a pad or a brush. I find that the brush is just a little bit more effective. You'll also want to cover your surfaces. This could change the color of surfaces, and so I don't want my countertop to change. So I've got a towel down there, and I'm just going to apply it with the brush, making sure I cover every tile. And we're going to let it absorb into the tiles for no longer than 5 minutes, and then we'll wipe it off with a clean cloth. So now I'm just going to take a old towel and I'm just going to wipe off anything that did not absorb into the tiles.
Once again, working in small batches is key to installing a professional looking tile backsplash. So we have a full tutorial for stress-free grouting that will give you all the details, or you can check out the video with the link above. But we do find that mixing our grout in small batches and working on a small area at a time really makes grouting a breeze. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed these tips and they will be helpful for you on your next tiling job. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you found it helpful, and also subscribe to our channel if you're looking for more DIY videos. We share new ideas every week. And as always here at Sunnyside Design, we hope to bring your home to the sunny side of the street.